Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So we are back with the Rod route and we are here to say, tell Varg who Rod it really is to us. And he is not a friend, but we're gonna just go with the silent route. No answer, Be in denial all you want. At the end of the day, you're going to have to decide who and what you would choose. Or what to choose. Silence. You are harassing one of our staff members. Oh, okay. Being quiet is correct. Of course. I apologize for my rude behavior, Your Highness. You seem to know a lot about us. Are you, I lowered my voice. Are you a witch? You're asking the wrong person, Princess. He knows who you really are? I think you two are worrying too much about me. After all, I'm just a pawn in this game. Varg dips into an elegant bow and flashes one last smile before walking away. It's Fritz. Are you alright? I am. Thank you for helping me. Again, my lovely prince. You know I'd do anything for you. What? What? Sebby even asked. Rod shakes his head before stepping away. Anything? For me? Rod coughs, pulling me from the thought. It is possible that he is a witch, or that he is working with other witches, but we have no evidence to prove it. Until we figure out what's going on, you need to be wary of him. I know. Rod smiles at me gently. Oh, he's so beautiful. The look makes my heart thud once, painfully in my chest. Stop staring at me like that. Rod looks away, his cheeks tinged red. I feel my own cheeks warm at the sight. I wasn't staring at all. Both of you are hopeless. Shut up, Sebby. Rod gives me one last look before finally turning and walking away. I place my hand over my chest where I can still hear my thudding heartbeat. This feeling, if it is what I think it is, then I have no right to feel that way about him. He is my stepbrother. Stop it! I shake my head to clear the thought, then glance down at the letter that Varg just delivered to me. There was only one sentence written on it. Come to the throne room alone tonight. I would love that if it was from Rod, not you. Chapter 9. The wedding. Oh! Bjorka's wedding. The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope that it is not some sort of trap. Soon after he said alone, so it's a trap. Soon after I enter, a door squeak open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mithras. Sir Mithras walks toward me. When he is close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown as I take a step back from him. A princess, do not be alarmed. I know of your true identity. Sir Mithras flashes me a wide smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. You know who I am? Then that means you are, You are... Sorry. I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mithras' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I'm a witch. If you're a witch, then Sir Alcaster is a mere human, a fool one. And Varg? Nothing but my personal errand boy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. If Sir Alcaster was plotting against the kingdom, then did Sir Mithras also punish Fritz somehow? Fritz is Varg, okay? At least I keep wanting to think that. What about Fritz? Was he a part of Sir Alcaster's plans? The knight. To avoid confusing you, let us just say that the situation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. I command you to answer my question, Sir Mithras. Was Fritz a part of this? If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. Oh, yeah, makes you feel better. He refused? Does that mean that he was not a part of the plans, or just that he was unwillingly forced to participate in them? I am certain that Sir Alcaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assigned him outside of the palace. But if Fritz knew of Sir Alcaster's plans, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mithras as well? More questions swirl in my head, but none of them have answers. When this is over, I will personally ask Fritz about this. Once I can locate him. I shake the thoughts away and bring my attention back to Sir Mithras. I love how the game is dropping hints to remind us Fritz isn't around. But he's not the main focus. But he's always mentioned, like, slid in, like, hey, don't forget about Fritz. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation. What'd he do? Sir Mithras waves his hand, conjuring a faint green glow that envelops the whole room. just in case someone decides to eavesdrop, I wouldn't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Yes, I am aware that one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Their snooping has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mithras clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He is referring to Delora. She and Parfait warned me before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mithras truly that witch? Did you not see him do magic? I don't think a normal human being can do that. I never really trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he has revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what he plans on doing. You knew that I was the princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Alcaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alcaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as the princess. But unfortunately, Fritz told his father about you, thinking that Alcaster might be able to help and protect you, and it didn't help that Vara confirmed it. Your mother wouldn't have been happy with me if I put you in harm's way. That is why I had to pretend not to know you in order to protect you. Sir Mithras is silent for a few moments before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was unnecessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alcaster somehow after all. Then, of course, I learned of his foolish plan to steal the crown and decided to thwart them, though not before I stole something from Alcaster first. I played him like the fool he was. I told him I would aid him with my magic so long as he gave me the knight's protection. Using magic is almost impossible in this place, so having knights to back me up was crucial. The knights. What does he need the knight's protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mithras starts pacing the room, his expression still calm. I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he obtained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Alcaster might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising them promotions, but, well, my magic is far more convincing. Sir Mithras stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us desist speaking of my plans. The minute Alcaster's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. I am happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of those clothes soon. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. That does not matter. My priority right now is to break my curse. Ah, of course, they must truly have been frightened to feel the need to curse you. I feel an uncomfortable tug in my heart. To think that the loosest barrier would actually allow a witch to curse you. Sir Mithras shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When you suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, Princess. If he wasn't so, crazy in the brains, he would be really dateable. All I never noticed is earrings here. His ear piercings? Cute. When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt a touch of magic in you and investigated. My curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found that I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. So Sir Mithras truly was the witch Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through the glamour. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it was actually you. That fairy barrier has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she had even met you. But mother, she was a Tenebrarum bearer corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to. Sir Mithras looks at me, clearly surprised. What lies have those people been whispering in your ear? Everything the queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. It is clear to me where Sir Mithras' alliances lie. Sir Mithras sighs, runs a hand through his hair, and then continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow her footsteps. You will make the kingdom a place for all witches to prosper. I am nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to feel the crystal. I never bore witness to the suffering the people had to go through during my mother's reign, but the stories are enough to reveal her true nature to me. It was hard to believe at first, but those people do not have any reason to lie to a servant like myself. They have nothing to gain from it. I finally understand why the hatred people had for me ran so deep even when I did nothing to them. It was because I was a witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure you that this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I will not let destiny take control of my life. I feigned tiredness by releasing a long yawn. I'm sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mithras, but please excuse me, I'm getting tired. I'm about to walk past Sir Mithras when he starts speaking again, his voice a low whisper. I noticed that you have gotten closer to the family you so despised before, the prince included. I narrow my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? Well, of course! I must confess that this surprises me, Princess. Such a relationship would certainly be a scandal. Even if you two are not blood related, he is still your stepbrother. Please stop that. Please. Whatever will your dear father say about this? I don't know. And I don't care. Kidding. I clench my fists. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know I cannot have them. Which sucks. I assure you that there is nothing between the both of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you utter just to convince yourself? This man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a little secret with you, Princess. I'm not interested. I head for the door and reach for the knob. Oh, but I think it is something you will be most curious about. I do, after all, know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. My hand freezes. How do you know about this? Or about all of this? I know all of the happenings around this place. That is my job, Princess. Now tell me, do you know the ending to the fairy tale, The Little Mermaid? Well, The Little Mermaid actually got the prince and married him. But then there's like the other movie I watched that was like a live action one of Aquamarine. I think that was the movie, but the girl, she died in bubbles. So it could go either way, you know? My blood runs cold when I remember what Emmy told me about that fairy tale. If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the Little Mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve into sea foam. Or yeah, sea foam, not bubbles. Sorry. I conducted my own investigation and actually met the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. In meeting her, I found out everything that there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mithras with a frown. It seems I have finally gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mithras shrugs. To him? Nothing really. I was merely curious. I wanted to know what you saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It stays true to the fairy tale, only in this case the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it will end the same way. The girl will fall in love with someone else despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved's wedding day, the prince will die. I had thought you might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? So the reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Viorica would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the moment Viorica married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As if orchestrated by magic, the double doors open and Rod steps inside. When he sees me, his expression relaxes. I've been looking all over for you. I wanted to speak with you about my discussion with Lady Parfait. I turn around to face Sir Mithras once again, but to my surprise he is already gone. When did Sir Mithras leave? He turned invisible. Michiko, is something wrong? Was Sir Mithras really speaking the truth? Should we ask him? Ask him? I don't want to confront him. Is it true that you would die when Viorica marries Sesamon? I see you're still stuck on the same theory. Have you been snooping around again? Please answer my question, Rod. And if I am? Why do you not want anyone to help you fix this? I don't need to tell you everything, Michiko. His voice is now soft, his expression tired. I've been aware of another way to break my curse from the beginning, but I would rather die than do what it is I need to do. Do what? Have you not read? No. Ron's voice trolls off when he sees my confused expression. He clears his throat. Forget it. There's nothing more you can do. The reason I never told anyone the truth of my curse is because I never wanted anyone to blame themselves for not being able to help me. I was already a lost cause the moment Viorica really fell in love with someone else. I could never take that happiness away from her. Rod becomes silent, his gaze downcast. The vulnerable expression catches me by surprise. You should have told me about your curse a long time ago. How many times must I repeat myself? Telling you about my curse won't change the outcome. I could have tried to help you. Why are you so insistent on helping me? Because I care about you. Well, My face warms up when the words escape from my lips. Rod also flushes. What are you saying? That I am worried about you on Emmy's behalf, of course. I don't want her to think that I let you die. Rod lets out a deep sigh. Just stop talking. You're in no position to tell me what to do. Michiko. There's a hint of warning in his voice. Now you better let me help you or... Oh my gosh. What? Look at Sebi. Sebi's like... Sebi looks angry right there. My words are cut off when Rod presses his lips to mine. It is only a brief kiss when he pulls away. His usual somberness has returned. I told you to stop talking. Yeah, this guy has stolen my heart and is #1 right now. Best way to shut me up is to kiss me. Cute. I can only stare back at him baffled. Rod, you do realize that you just kissed the princess? Awkward. Rod looks at Sebi, then at me. His face colors once more. He takes a step back, his lips pressed together. I'm sorry. Without any other warning, Rod turns abruptly and stalks out of the room. Sebi falls from his shoulder and falls to the ground, but Rod does not notice in his hurry to leave. I stare after him in shock. I can't believe he just ran away. I walk to where Sebi is and kneel down to pick him up. Are you alright? I'm fine. Thank you, princess. Sebi tilts his head to the side. That Rod, I wonder when he'll start acting like a man. Suddenly kissing a girl like that is so unromantic. I think about the warmth of Rod's lips pressed against mine and flush again. Rod may not say much, but he has a lot going on in his head. Thoughts he doesn't ever want anyone to know. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I know he really does care about you, princess. He's just a little standoffish and has a difficult time showing his emotions. He's sensitive like that. Take it from me, I'm always in his head. I wish there was a picture of Sebi. I care about him too, but what will become of my feelings once I break my curse? I will return to being his stepsister when this is all over. No, this is not the time to mull over such thoughts. Sorry for asking this of you, princess, but can you return me to Rod? That boy is useless without me. The exasperation in Sebi's voice makes me smile. Sebi acts like Rod's older sibling. Of course. Did I choose wrong? That was wrong the whole time? Okay, I guess confront him. Is this how you really want things to end? What are you talking about? Have you even thought about what your family will feel after they find out that you lied about your curse? You're going to die when Viorica gets married tomorrow, am I right? That is why you told me that there is nothing I could do to help you break your curse. Because there really is nothing you can do to help me. Viorica will never return my love. I already accepted my fate a long time ago. Lady Parfait was the only one who insisted I find another way to break my curse. Is the other way like to find someone else to fall in love with? Because that would be cute. Because she refuses to give up on you. And I will not give up on you either. Oh, that's more romantic. Yeah, that's way more romantic. Cute! When Rod does not open the door, I knock again. Rod's eyes widen. Well, he can't answer us. Rod's eyes widen as soon as he sees me. His face flushes a dark crimson. I'm here to return Sebi. Rod nods before slowly taking Sebi from my hands. Thank you. Careful not to drop me again next time. There's a hint of a smile on Rod's face as he taps Sebi's face. Sorry. He looks so much more at ease when he smiles. Rod faces me again with an apologetic expression. Michiko, I really am sorry for what I did earlier. You don't have to apologize. Even though I know that's probably the wrong choice. I know you did not intend to do that in the first place. The truth is, I actually... He trolls off, then averts his eyes slowly to the floor. Suffice it to say, I'm not supposed to feel this way about you. What exactly are you feeling? Oh, I was... Okay, it's right to choose that, okay. Rod flushes deep red before turning away. Don't ask me such an embarrassing question. The hovering silence becomes more pronounced as we both stop talking. You said you wanted to talk to me about something you discussed with Lady Parfait. Yes. I meant to tell you that Delora will be here tomorrow to investigate. Now that we know Sir Alcaster is not the witch, we had to start our investigations over. Actually, about that, I know who the witch is. You do? It's Sir Mithras. He is the real witch. Sir Mithras. So when Sir Alcaster was throwing around accusations last night, they were true. Sir Mithras is also already aware that Delora has been investigating the palace. We need to warn her. Then I will send Lady Parfait a quick message. We need to keep up our guard around him too, especially you. I'm sure he already knows that you're the crown princess. I nodded in response. For now, we should wait for Delora to show up tomorrow. But it's getting late. You should go and get some rest. The moment he says the words, I realize he is correct. My eyelids are heavy. You're right. I think I should take my leave. I'm about to leave when Rod suddenly grabs my hand. I turn to face him. Michiko, this is the first time I have heard him say my name so warmly. I can almost hear my heartbeat ringing in my ears as I stare at him with anticipation, but Rod says nothing else. Rod eventually releases my hand with a shake of his head. It's nothing. I cannot help but feel dejected. Good night, Michiko. Good night, Rod. Moments after Rod closes his door, I hear a familiar voice whispering in my ear. I see. Gosh, why you gotta ruin stuff, Mithros? I jump back in surprise and stare at him with wide eyes. Sir Mithras is leaning casually against one of the pedestals. So that is where the princess appears to every now and then. I had no reason to care of it before, but now I see it. If my guess is correct, he is also in league with the Lucis barrier. When I do not answer, Sir Mithras smiles and shrugs. Well, it does not matter. I glance around us and notice the green shield from earlier. Once again, no one will hear this conversation. Now that the princess confirmed your doubts, what will your next course of action be? You want to help him break his curse, yes? Rod may have given up on breaking his curse, but I refuse to do nothing. For the way Sir Mithras is taunting me, he must know some other way to break his curse. Rod will not be happy about this, but I need to use whatever means necessary to save him. Do you know how to break his curse, Sir Mithras? I will assume that you have not read the full fairy tale if you do not know. Yes, princess, I know. Tell me. I don't know the whole story apparently, because I honestly don't know. Mithras cocks an eyebrow and waves a finger at me. Do you not realize by now how witches work, princess? I propose a deal. I will help you, but you must help me with something in return. Help you? If you're planning on betraying the king, I have no plans of taking the crown or harming any members of the royal family. What? Then what is it that you would want from me? I prefer keeping you in suspense. I do enjoy surprises. You'll find out the day after tomorrow. That is your 18th birthday. Uh-oh. I don't feel good about this. I look at him perplexed. Why does it have to be on my birthday? Don't worry, Your Highness. What I request from you will also make for a pleasant gift. What do you say? I bite my lower lip as I consider. I'm worried about Sir Mithras' request, but I no longer have time. Viorka's marriage is tomorrow, and Sir Mithras has the upper hand. I understand. I don't understand. Me personally, no, I would not. Good. Now remember, dear Michiko, witches are bound to their oaths. In order for the prince to regain his voice in life, something must be taken by force, just like in the fairy tale. What does he mean by that? Tell me what I must do. Oh, I did forget to mention this, but it is not you who must act, but the prince. What? If Rod could help himself, he already would have done so. Please trust me, princess, you have my aid, and I will make sure that the prince's curse is broken. Will it? Will it though? I'm very worried, because what is this? Today is Viorka's wedding day, and also the day Rod is destined to die. Oh, that's great. Sir Mithras explained his plan briefly last night. He told me that he would have a valuable item delivered to Rod that he would need to use to break his curse. He further explained it was something he would need to use after the wedding. I tried to question him further, but he disappeared before I could, saying that he needed to start his preparations. I do not completely trust him, but I am running out of time and have no choice right now. The royal family has left the palace to attend Viorka's wedding. It is unusual for the king to attend another noble's wedding, but Viorka is an exception given that she is one of Rod's and Emmy's best friends. Despite Sir Mithras' reassurance, I am still restless. Sir Mithras told me that everything would be alright, that Rod would not instantly die the moment Viorka got married. That would be horrible, like they say I do and Rod just falls out like that, or like bubbles away. It's really weird. But why must his involvement be reserved for a time after the wedding? Why does he not act now? Someone looks like they're in a bad mood. Dolores suddenly stands before me, smirking. Her appearance shocks me so badly I nearly drop the dishes in my hands. What impeccable timing. I've heard from the prince about Mithras. No wonder I was iffy about the man. I should have realized he was the witch. Do you know him? Yes, I do. Dolores walks closer and places both of her hands on my shoulders. Listen to me, princess. I am warning you. Stay away from Mithras. Do you understand? That man is a sly devil. He cannot be trusted. I take a deep breath to still my rapidly beating heart. I hope I will not regret asking for his help. Princess, I need you to promise me that you will stay away from Mithras. Yes, of course. Totally. Good. For the time being, I will resume my investigation. If I'm lucky, I'll find out what Mithras hopes to accomplish. Actually, he's not in the palace right now. He went with the royal family to attend a wedding. A wedding, huh? How unusual. I can only assume he must be there at the wedding to help Rod. Well then, better make use of his absence while I can. I'll see you later, princess. I hate how we can't tell Dolores what's going on. Or even just ask Dolores for help. But then again, Dolores didn't know Rod's situation either, so kinda screwed either way. When I'm left to my own thoughts, my mind returns to the issue of Rod's curse. Sir Mithras mentioned a similarity with the fairy tale, which means I may have a chance of finding out more. I decide to go to the library when I have the time to pick up the book. I am now on my way back to my quarters with the book in hand when I see Rod walking toward me from the other side. His eyes are fixed on the floor, so he does not notice me as I approach. Rod? He's still alive. Does that mean Sir Mithras has succeeded? Oh, it's just you. Oh, that's great. Rod's voice still comes from Sebi. The realization instills a deep fear inside of me. He is still cursed. How much time does he have left? Much to my surprise, Rod actually smiles at me. The smile is forced, however, and does not reach his eyes. He looks crestfallen. Why would I ask him how was the wedding? Are you alright? I'm probably supposed to ask how was the wedding, but you know, whatever. I'm fine. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. But I'm tired, Michiko, so for tonight I just want to rest. Good night. Without waiting for my answer, Rod begins to walk away. I glance down at my book in my hands and slowly open up to the last page of the Little Mermaid fairy tale. I start reading from the section where the mermaid's sister explained how to get her fins back. Take this knife. Before the sun rises, you must plunge it into the heart of the prince, and you will be a mermaid once again. Yo! Was this really in the Little Mermaid? The book falls from my hand and collapses to the floor. I stare at it, dumbfounded. Wait, this means Rod needs to kill Viorica? Then the item that Sir Mithras mentioned earlier, could it be the knife? I need to find him. I turn and start running in the direction of Rod's room in hopes that I will still be able to catch Sir Mithras there. When I come to the end of the hallway, however, it is not Mithras who stands by Rod's door. Emmy? Emmy is slowly walking in the direction of the throne room. Her movements seem oddly mechanical. I rush toward her. Emmy? Princess Emmy? Where are you going? Must go to Rod. Oh god. How was the wedding, I guess? I quickly clapped my hand over my mouth after I asked the question. Rod just saw the person he loves getting married today. I already know how he feels. I apologize. I should not have asked that. Rod looks at me surprised, then to my shock he starts chuckling. Well, why are you laughing? You look like a criminal caught in the act of a crime. I apologize for trying to be sensitive, Your Highness. Without realizing it, I smile back at him. It looks like Rod has finally learned to converse with me normally. I hope this will not be the last time I see him smile like this. I'm tired, Michiko, and I'll retire for the night. He looks at me again and smiles. Night, Michiko. Oh. Okay. Why is she going to the third room? Rod is back in his room. My eyes catch on something shining on Emmy's hand. It's a knife. Take that out of her hand. My heart nearly stops when I see that it is a knife. Emmy, what are you? If he kills his beloved with this blade, his curse will break and he won't die. It is as if she is in a trance. Is this Sir Mithras' doing? Is she under one of his spells? Emmy, snap out of it! Emmy starts walking again, ignoring me. When I try to approach her again, thinking to steal away the knife, a shadow suddenly comes to stand between us. Varg looms in front of me, smirking. Where did you come from? Let me through, Varg. I swear we're gonna stop today. Alright, guys. I know you guys were like, no, but we're gonna stop it here. Cliffhanger. You guys are gonna see what happens tomorrow anyway. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.